taking a deep breath, trying to relax. She's on the balance beam.
Halfway. The rest.
And like two other gymnasts in this Fab Four that we're dealing with here in this Visa National Championships, coached by her dad.
And you know what's interesting, when she was going through all those decisions about what am I going to do after the Olympic Games, and she sort of came to a conclusion that she needed to make a switch in gyms, and she came up to her dad and she said, "Dad, I want to switch gyms." And he said, "Okay, where am I going to send you?" And she said, I'd like you to coach me." And he said it really shocked him. He was quite flattered, and he's happy to have her home.
But she has looked so composed through these championships. Nothing seems to bother her. Even Coach Valeri Liukin said she's just all there all the time. First big acrobatic skill, front with a half, and not even close.
That is the first major mistake made by Chelsea Memel.
And you know, this routine is just stocked with difficulty. She has got some incredible difficulty, very, very serious individual skills that are high value. Right here, Arabian, that's solid.
Boy, these championships, though, on the balance beam, it's just been brutal. 3 of the 4 of our top athletes all having major falls on the beam. Another slight little balance check.
And there again.
Another one. Said earlier it was Chelsea's to win or lose, and that fall, it's a mandatory 5/10 deduction. She's had a few more wobbles. It's going to be really close. Her and Nastia Liukin.
Whoa.
And another step.
Yeah, another day on balance beam. Really not characteristic of the style that she's can typically perform on this event.
Now on call for Great American, Sarah Schneider. Now on the Egan bar for Cincinnati, Hillary Oro.
So little that can be said.
Correction.
For as good as Liukin is, I think everybody in that Memel camp knows what just happened.
You know, I mentioned that she has such a high skill value on this event, and that's a really tough element. Remember, 4 inches, and, you know, you don't have a lot of room to play with.
Yeah, if shoulders and hips aren't directly over the beam, both in the air and as those feet are hitting, there's just no way. And that one, she couldn't even fight for that. It's just way too off. You see the shoulders off to the right-hand side, and no way, no way.
Her national championship hopes take a major hit, an 8.8 for Chelsea Memel. Now the big question is, what does Nastia Liukin do with this opportunity? And that's what it really is. An unfortunate mishap for one gymnast becomes an opportunity for another. They were some of the stars of the Athens Olympics. Just about a year ago, the men and the women that represented the United States both earned silver medals. Paul Hom took the all-around gold, and Carly Patterson did likewise. And here in Indianapolis this week, they were honored with an ovation here at these Visa National Championships. And we go down to the floor for Andrea Joyce and Carly Patterson.
Carly, it's been just about a year since you won the Olympic all-around title. It seems like this last year has just flown by. What have the last 12 months been like for you?
Yes, Andrea, it definitely has flown by for me. It seems like the Olympics was never going to get here, and then a year has flown by already. It's crazy.
But you've been running around all over the country, right?
I've been so many places. It's such a blur. I've been to camps and just appearances and everything.
And you're also nursing a back injury, but where is your head right now? Do you think you'll compete again?
Right now I'm just resting, like you said, my back. I'm actually starting to get in shape because I have a show in October, so if everything feels good, you know, and I start training again, hopefully that'll be the case, and we'll see how it goes.
There's been a lot of talk around here about one of your pals, Nastya Liukin. You guys have grown up together in the gym. What do you like about her gymnastics?
Her gymnastics is just beautiful. She has the lines, the technique, the form, the dance. She has everything, so she's awesome.
A lot of folks would love to see the two of you out there competing together, so best of luck, whatever you decide to do.
Thank you.
All right, Al?
Well, Andrea, is there anything that makes you feel like a year is like so long when you look at the gymnasts from the Olympics a year later? You think in our world it feels like we were just there in Athens. But let's talk about this race as it shapes up right now. It certainly looks as though with the major mistake by Memel that sort of evens things with Liukin right now. It's going to be those two battling for the national championship.
Yeah, no question. It looks like we're going to be at a dead heat just about going into the last two events, and they're pretty equally matched on the two events that they have to do at this point in time. I tell you, though, Chelsea, from the beginning of this competition, looked like nothing rattled her, but you know, it's the balance beam. It's 4 inches wide. Anything can happen.
It always feels like it comes down to what you do or don't do on the balance beam. Now you have Jana Bieger, who's been as consistent as can be, and Alicia Sacramone battling maybe to be on the podium.
Yeah, and what's crazy is Jana Bieger has been competing like a senior, like she's been here already for 3 years, and Alicia Sacramone, she's already unveiled her 2 best events. So what I see coming into the long run, the last 2 events, I think Jana Bieger has got a slight edge because she is a true all-around gymnast.
So right now the standings put Nastya Liukin in front by a little bit more than 2/10 over Chelsea Memel, and then it's Alicia Sacramone who has about a 1/10 of an edge over Jana Bieger. Memel's got to be thinking about what happened in the past, and that's the kind of thing you can't do. She's got to be focusing on what's ahead, and for her next, it's the floor exercise. Meanwhile, backstage here at the Conseco Fieldhouse, you have to think that Nastya Liukin knows that she was just given back a major chance now to win this national championship that everybody thinks she was destined to win.
There's no question about it. I don't think she could have won, didn't even have a shot unless Memel had a major fall. She gave her that opportunity.
Jana Bieger trying to get onto the podium at these national championships.